really living a life, it's like it can't be frauded. Like, this is real stuff. Like, and that's why I think most of these rappers is not gonna survive with me around, because I really lived this, what y'all talking.
Rumors have been flying ever since word got out about NBA Youngboy and Casanova crossing paths in jail, with both rappers locked up and their names already tied to major legal battles. The idea of them connecting behind bars is something nobody expected. Youngboy, known for moving solo and keeping his circle tight, has always had a reputation for being unpredictable. Casanova, on the other hand, was deep in Brooklyn street scene before his RICO case, known for his aggressive energy and connections. With both rappers having strong reputations but in different circles, their time inside raises some serious questions whether it's all business, bad blood, or something else entirely. There's definitely more to this new relationship than meets the eye. Let's break down what we know so far. Bunky in jail. According to a mysterious Instagram story posted by Casanova, the rapper is sharing a jail cell at the Nevada Southern Detention Center with none other than NBA Youngboy. Two completely different energies locked up together, and if that wasn't enough, Casanova even posted a smiley face on the jail sheet screenshot. Now, if you don't know, his situation is way deeper than NBA Youngboy's real name, Kentrell Den. He's not just doing a quick bid, he's locked in on a serious RICO case tied to the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. Back in December 2020, federal prosecutors went after him and 17 others, accusing them of running wild in New York City. These charges included gang-related violence, fraud, and even the tragic loss of a young boy in Poi. Then on June 27, a federal judge found Casanova guilty under the RICO Act and hit him with another charge for illegal drug use. When you're really living a life it's like it is, it can't be frauded. Like, this is real stuff. And that's why I think most of these rappers is not going to survive with me around, cause I really live this. What y'all talking about? Prosecutors pushed for a serious sentence between 15 and nearly 20 years, and they weren't playing around. According to the feds, Casanova, real named Caswell Sr., was rapping about the street life and was actually living it. In a surprise twist, they actually used his music and lyrics as evidence to show that he wasn't simply pretending to be violent. Meanwhile, his lawyers tried to argue that he wasn't fully active in the gang anymore and had been slowly pulling away since getting his Roc Nation deal. They claimed he only stayed in the gang because it helped boost his rap career. While they're both now cellmates in Nevada, their situations couldn't be more different. One is fighting for his career, the other is facing a future that could keep him behind bars for decades. The news of these two sharing a cell has left the rap scene reeling. Fans and artists are confused about the unlikely pairing, speculating on everything from potential collaborations to the dynamics of their cohabitation. Some see it as a sobering reminder of the consequences that come with certain lifestyles, while others view it as an opportunity for both artists to reflect and possibly find common ground. But Casanova's legal troubles have put his rap career on hold since 2019. He dropped a message from behind bars, and it's clear he's not the same man he was before. The Brooklyn rapper took to Twitter to say he's literally fighting for his life in prison, and now he says he finally sees just how broken the system really is. This wasn't some random venting, this is coming from a man who thought he understood the streets only to realize the system plays by a whole different set of rules. While Casanova is dealing with his own harsh reality, Bobby Shmurda, who knows a thing or two about prison life, showed love in a major way. After doing 6 years himself, Bob's been using his platform to stand by rappers who ended up in the same position he did. He posted a picture of the two newly paired inmates on his Instagram story saying "Free the MM." Casanova caught wind of it and took to Twitter to thank Bobby. A small gesture, but when you're locked up, that kind of love means everything. But he's dealing with a mental battle most people can't even imagine. He admitted that being alone in prison has done something to him. He said that he's terrified of how loneliness brings him a twisted kind of comfort that's not something you hear every day. Casanova went from running the streets to finding peace in isolation, and he's not sure if that's a good thing or a sign that prison is breaking him. It's been a brutal stretch. He lost his father to cancer while inside, and he admitted that at one point he didn't even want to keep going. The violence, the gang tension, the reality of what life inside actually feels like, it all pushed him to a breaking point. Right before sentencing, he told the judge that he put on that strong facade, but all he wanted to do was end it. That's Caswell keeping it real, without pretending. Just a man who got caught up in a life he thought he needed and is now facing the weight of all of He tried leaving it all behind, but things didn't turn out too well for the rapper. The rapper got slashed in the face and hands in June 2023 after announcing he was leaving the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods. That decision nearly cost him his life. Locked up in Essex County Correctional Facility, he got into a vicious fight with another inmate. Ulysses Lugo came at him with a blade-like weapon, cutting him across the face just weeks before he had sent a letter to the judge renouncing his gang ties, saying he was done with that life. The rapper promised to speak out publicly about leaving the gang, hoping for a lighter sentence. His friends and family backed him up, but inside prison that move painted a target on his back. He might be 15 years deep in the system, but somehow he's still out here grinning in photos. And check this leaked photo. There's a whole laptop sitting in the background. Anybody who's done time knows that having a whole laptop behind the wall is not normal. So how's he pulling this off? In one crazy screenshot, he was actually on Instagram live from inside prison. How wild is that? He has the money, and with that comes influence. He's got privileges most inmates don't, and that doesn't happen for no reason. He's dangerous enough that nobody dares test him, but at the same time he's respected for how he looks out for others. Word is he's the type to help inmates get their minds right, put them on game, and even guide them toward better opportunities. He's also got strong industry connections with rappers on the outside vouching for him and even backing him financially. I got a good support system, you know, and I'm blessed. So who are some of those people? Any rappers that you know your fans are familiar with who's supporting you in there? It's a lot of rappers that support me. I don't want to miss no names. If you know Casanova, you know he's not just a rapper, he's a real one, especially when it comes to looking out for people. Take ASAP Rocky for example. Rocky was just a young 16-year-old when he landed in Rikers Island. Now Rikers is no easy place for anyone, but it's especially rough for a teenager. So when he got there, Casanova stepped up and made sure Rocky wasn't left out in the cold. He looked out for him like a true OG would. Like, that was my man. He helped me down that whole time, giving me pointer. Is like it was to the point where I have beef, to the point where he had to protect me at night, but the was real and I was the only he befriended. He had already been through Rikers a couple of times. It was actually his third stint there. So instead of ignoring Rocky as most people would in that environment, he checked in on him. He asked what Rocky was in for, making sure to get the details and more importantly making him feel at ease. That's when Rocky realized something about Casanova. He wasn't just about himself. He wasn't in there looking out for number one only, he was out here looking out for others. And now looking at the situation with Youngboy, you've got to think this is probably exactly what Casanova is doing for him while he's locked up too. A recently leaked photo of Youngboy attending a court hearing went viral. The image shows him looking noticeably worn down, a clear sign of the toll prison life has taken on him. His face shows that things have been rough, but despite it all he's smiling. That alone is enough to reassure fans that he isn't entirely alone in there. Casanova built a reputation for looking out for people, especially in the prison system. He's in a tough spot right now, but it wouldn't be a surprise if Casanova is giving him the same type of guidance and support. The dude knows how to move in the streets, but he knows the system too, whether it's helping with connections or just making sure someone's straight. Casanova's got the blueprint for keeping people's heads above water, while specific details about their daily interactions are scarce. The shared environment could foster a mentor-mentee relationship. Casanova, who has been in the industry longer, has been naturally assuming a mentor role, offering guidance to the younger rapper inside those prison walls. The combination of Casanova and Youngboy is bound to shift the balance of power. Together they form a duo that instantly changes the energy of the facility. Some inmates might feel intimidated, not necessarily because the two are aggressive toward everyone, but because their influence alone makes them untouchable. That kind of power can make other people think twice, but there are also those who might see an opportunity, hoping to earn favor with two of the most talked about names in hip-hop. Prison is all about hierarchy, and in a place where survival depends on alliances and reputation, having Casanova and Youngboy in the same space could make them the unofficial kings of their block. Now, with the two of them locked up together, Youngboy might have just landed the best possible cellmate. People are already starting to speculate about